you want to save America, get your friends, get your family, get everyone you know, and vote. Vote early, vote absentee, vote on election day. I don't care how, but you have to get out and vote. And again, Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed, it'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote.
You heard him. Also, there were reports and articles quoting him as saying, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. But you see, he goes, I'm not Christian. And he shakes his head. So now let's see what Republicans are saying Trump meant when he said that, followed by what Trump said he meant when he said that.
President Trump facing some backlash for those comments Friday night, saying his supporters won't have to vote again in 4 years. I'm joined now by the Republican governor of New Hampshire, Chris Sununu. Governor, what the heck did he mean there?
Well, I think that was a classic Trumpism, if you will. I think he's just trying to make the point that this stuff can be fixed. Obviously, we want everybody to vote in all elections, but I think he was just trying to make a hyperbolic point that it can be fixed as long as he gets back into office and all that. But classic Trump right there.
Okay, and just days. Let's turn to President Biden and Kamala Harris. Just days before President Biden.
Then the reporter goes, this is ABC, by the way, right? ABC, CNN, progressive news outlets, right? Communist news outlets, according to the GOP. Right? Let's move on. Just days, President Biden and Harris. Come on, man. These people are making millions of dollars. You don't think you and I could do this? Well, you know what? Let me take that back. We can't get paid millions of dollars to do this job because we have morals. So we're going to stay broke forever. You have to screw the people, sell your soul if you want to make a living with the easiest job that you can find on TV. Just be a talking head. And don't refute, don't rebuttal, unless, of course, there's some propaganda work that you have to do for that day. Then you can go ahead and maybe you have a progressive on and you're like, well, why are you so mean to Trump? Why are you so mean to Trump?
Senator, just a minute here, quickly. Yeah. Democrats say the former president is trying to take the reins of the entire democratic system here with these comments. You're laughing. What do you believe he's trying to say? What's the truth?
Yeah.
He's trying to tell the Christian community and anybody else who's listening the nightmare that we're experiencing will soon be over. Give me 4 more years and I'm going to right this ship called America and pass it on to the next generation. We will have democracy, God willing, for a very long time in this country. But what President Trump is trying to tell people, I did it.
Imagine if saying, vote for me now and you'll never have to vote again. Imagine if what Trump was trying to say is everything that Lindsey Graham is saying Trump was trying to say. Also, why would you want a leader of the most powerful military in the world to not be able to get a message through?
Once I can do it again. These problems can be solved,
Graham,
but you got to go in a different direction.
Senator Graham, we always appreciate your time. Many thanks, and we'll be right back.
Hey, Graham, shut the fuck up. We got to get to commercials, okay? Come on, man. This is crazy. And the saddest part about this is, as satirical, as much of a comedic skit this looks like, it's not. It's real.
How did you interpret that remark? I think he's obviously making a joke about how bad things have been under Joe Biden and how good they'll be if we send President Trump back to the White House so we can turn the country around again.
You guys remember the Chuck E. Cheese robots, the animatronics? Be like, this is what Republicans are. You press the play button, they're like, President Trump. What President Trump meant is that he wants to save this country. Come on, this is ridiculous.
Again, that's what the American people know. For 4 years, things were good with President Trump. We had stable prices, a growing economy, peace and stability around the world. Under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, everything has gone to hell. And it will be much worse under Kamala Harris. Just look at her record. She wants to ban private health insurance. She wants to ban fossil fuel production. She wants to ban guns. She even wants to ban plastic
Not
straws.
all guns, some kinds of guns.
She wants to forcibly confiscate guns.
Plastic straws. COVID. Did we just forget about that during Trump's presidency? And now you're claiming it was peaceful, yet Republicans were bitching about the stimulus checks that people were getting? Come on.
Guns without even an act of Congress to do so. Kamala Harris is a dangerous liberal. She makes Joe Biden look competent and moderate by contrast.
I want to ask you about something that Senator Vance said.
Hey, let's move on from that topic there. We've addressed it. Thank you. This is ridiculous. And to say that this isn't a sexy topic for the news is false. If you want to keep talking about someone saying that you'll never have to vote again for a country where we vote for our president every 4 years, this is big news and it will get people's attention. There are some people who are going to vote for Trump regardless. We understand. But there are some people that are asking, who should I vote for? I believe that. And now let's see what Trump has to say about what he meant.
They're also attacking you for other ridiculous reasons. They're saying.
So Trump says, you'll never have to vote again. Vote this time, you'll never have to vote again. And Laura here is like, they're attacking you for ridiculous reasons.
Saying that you said to a crowd of Christians that they won't have to vote in the future.
Yeah, let me say what did I mean by that. I had a tremendous crowd speaking to Christians. I mean, this was a crowd that liked me a lot. I think I'm at 97% or something. And they're treated very badly by this administration, okay? Catholics are treated unbelievably. They're like persecuted. And if I might say, before I go into the other, Jewish people, if you're Jewish and you vote for Biden or the Democrats or Kamala or whoever's going to run, I guess it's going to be her. But if you voted for her or the Democrats, you should have your head examined, because nobody's ever been treated so badly by this. This administration is destroying Israel, et cetera, et cetera. So with respect to like a statement like I made, that statement is very simple. I said, vote for me. You're not going to have to do it ever again. It's true, because we have to get the vote out. Christians are not known as
what? He's doubling down.
A big voting group. They don't vote. And I'm explaining that to them. You never vote. This time, vote. I'll straighten out the country. You won't have to vote anymore. I won't need your vote. You can go back to not voting.
You don't have to vote for you because you have 4 years in office.
Look.
Christians
are known. You know who else does?
President Trump, you do want Christians to continue voting for the Republican Party, right? We are the party of love and family. Nothing like that. Just even as Laura's job is to defend Trump regardless of anything, right? This is what Fox News does. She still can't do it.
Doesn't vote. Gun owners don't vote.
But just to be clear, what you're saying, though, you're not saying it's being interpreted, as you are not surprised to hear, by the left as well. They're never going to have another election. He's saying there's not. So
first time I've even heard.
Can you even just respond to that?
I said Christians.
It's being interpreted. No, it's being repeated. We're just repeating what he said. We're not interpreting it. We're not breaking it down or anything like that. It's obvious what he said. It's not a secret. It's not a subliminal message.
I started off by saying, just so you understand, you never vote. Christians do not vote well. They vote in very small percentages. Why? I don't know. Maybe they're disappointed in things that are happening, but for a long time, I say, you don't vote. I'm saying, go out. You must vote. November 5th is going to be the most important election in the history of our country. Whether you vote early or not, we should have, by the way, one-day voting. We should have voter ID. We should have proof of citizenship, and we should have paper ballots, okay? That's what we should have. But we don't have that. But I said to the Christians in the room, thousands of them, I said, Typically, Christians do not vote. Why it is, I don't know. You're rebellious. Something's going on. Don't worry about the future. You have to vote on November 5th. After that, you don't have to worry about voting anymore. I don't care, because we're going to fix it. The country will be fixed. And
there's so many things here. Guys, he's saying you won't have to vote again. I will be your king. And he's also saying, I don't care what you do after I'm done being president. You can't vote me in again. So I don't care. So let's say he were to just do 4 years. He doesn't care what happens afterwards as long as he's taken care of.
we won't even need your vote anymore, because frankly, we
won't even need your vote anymore. We won't, because we're going to be here for a long time.
will have such love. If you don't want to vote anymore, that's okay. And I think everybody understood it. I didn't know there was any.
Yeah, well,
you know, Fox News is something else. They can't get Trump to do what he's supposed to do, what they want him to do. They want to make him look good. So because he can't do it, they'll be like, well, this is what you actually mean. All right, let's move on to this thing now. Trump wants to be King Trump. Trump wants to be the boss. He wants his reality TV show. He wants to be loved. He wants to be feared. And there isn't any space to say, man, the way he speaks is in a certain way where you really have to like interpret what he's saying. And, you know, he speaks in parables or whatever. No, we are aware of what Trump is saying. And that's why progressives are going to go out and vote for Harris. And we can have all the criticisms of Harris when it comes to running for president and becoming president. You do have a lot of donors and things like that they're going to be taking care of. But if we want things done for the average American, who's going to be better at that? Guys, I voted for Biden and had no idea how awesome the FTC was going to be. And if Harris's presidency means that we will keep the same staff in there, I'm all for it. I am all for that. And if we can expand the Supreme Court, if we can get more progressives there, I'm not a person that's going to apologize for being a progressive. I'm not. And I am a patriot. And I can do the whole I love my country and all that. But when I say I love my country, I also understand that in my country, we have to let people be free. That is the ideology of this country. That is what's on the Statue of Liberty. Immigration makes this country strong. Personal freedoms make this country strong. And I am not going to vote for someone that wants to take all of that away. I need to let people be themselves. And if they're not harming anyone else, we're fine. And there's a whole different conversation to have of what harming other people is, because you see Republicans being very hurt by the books that are allowed to be checked out of the library, okay? We see how offended they get. That's not the type of hurting I'm talking about. I'm talking about physical pain. I'm talking about not giving someone a job because of who they are. Those things we are not allowed to do. We can't do that to people. And if we have Republicans running this country, we won't ever have to vote again, because Trump already made it clear. So if Trump becomes president, we will never have another election, because Trump himself said it. With that being said, I'm new to YouTube. I'm still working out the content that I'm going to be putting up, but this cannot be ignored. I appreciate my 22 subscribers, and I look forward to more. If you like my videos, if you share the same opinion, if you disagree, but you want to see more of me, subscribe.